Hello, CHS parents. My name is Mr. Smith, and we are doing advanced art class here with Mr. Smith. I have a brief PowerPoint I want to show you all to introduce myself, and then also get into some specifics about my art class, mostly about how to grade an artwork and what you should expect from me when it comes to your child's grade. Anyway, a little bit about myself over here. I'm from Lancaster County. I graduated from Lampeter-Strasburg in 2011 and then graduated from Kutztown with a degree in art education in 2015. Since then, it has been difficult for me to find a long-term, full-time contract. So I have been a substitute for the last few years, but I have been teaching art the entire time. So I was a long-term substitute at Penn Manor for 1 year, teaching high school art. Did the same thing at Central Dauphin East over there in Harrisburg for 1 semester, and now I have been at Cocalico for a little over a year and a half, teaching high school art as a long-term sub. So hopefully it materializes into a more permanent contract, but who knows? You never know. All I'm trying to let you know is I'm definitely trying to get this job. I love teaching here at Cocalico, so I'm putting my best foot forward, and your students are definitely getting 100% of my energy and attention. Anyway, moving on. A little more specific here. We're doing a painting lesson at the very beginning of advanced art, and the lesson is inspired from very famous artist Vincent van Gogh. In this lesson, we're going to be getting into specific painting techniques, color theory, and using many different references to create one cohesive piece. We learn the different painting techniques and apply them to geometric shapes first. And then the student gets to choose their own pop culture reference that they want to blend together with a Van Gogh artwork. So here we have a very traditional, typical Van Gogh self-portrait. And one of my students last year combined it with this figurine by the contemporary artist KAWS. Came out with this artwork here. This is my own teacher example from one of my favorite animated films. This is the final product compared to Van Gogh's landscape. So anyway, I like to show this to the parents to let you know I am always painting and making art right alongside your children. I find this to be very, very helpful, and it has surprised me to find out how many art teachers out there don't do this. So something very important to me, something I'm passionate about, and I'm also an artist on my own as well as an art teacher. So a lot of times I'll share with the students my own personal work to maybe inspire them to make a little bit of their own work outside of art class. And you know, if you find yourself a little niche, you can make a little bit of money too. And I know that's something that every high school student's definitely interested in doing. Anyway, this is how I grade an art project. The projects normally last about a month or a month and a half. Here's a typical rubric for me. I have 5 sections. 3 out of the 5 sections have nothing to do with art. It's all about being a good student. Planning is, did you follow directions? Classwork, were you on task? Effort, were you willing to put in a little bit of extra work to make it exactly how you envisioned it? Or did you give up a little early? You're like, whatever, I'm okay with a C or a B. That's what effort is. Then we get into things like craftsmanship. Is the artwork presented in a neat and clean way? And then technique. Whatever medium, material we are exploring at that time, there will always be specific techniques that we're getting into. I guess another thing I wanted to talk about is art history. I'm always teaching art history right alongside whatever project that we're working on at the time. So at the beginning here, we're going to learn all about Van Gogh, his influences, as well as the stories behind a lot of his artwork. Students then get tested on this information in what feels kind of like a history quiz or a history test. Personally, I think it's impossible to teach art without teaching art history as well. And it has definitely surprised me the amount of schools I've worked at where this isn't going on. But yeah, definitely important to contextualize the info. And I also just feel like it's almost disrespectful to add to the art world, create your own artwork without really understanding where it's all coming from. Anyway, last thing I want to talk about is Schoology. Please do not pay attention to my grade book in Schoology. It's very unorganized, all over the place. I still don't fully understand Schoology. I will mostly just use it for that day. If I need to share a certain PowerPoint with a student or different images of artwork so they could zoom in and look at things. Now that we're not in the hybrid schedule, I'm definitely using Schoology a lot less, which I am pumped on. But if your child does happen to be quarantined, they can just check out this folder, Quarantine Students, and I have different lessons, and I'll post different things for the day. That way they don't fall behind. However, that's only for the month of February. After February is over, starting March 1st, that is no longer an option, and we'll have to explore something else. Anyway, my course syllabus and a little video explaining my policies and expectations can be found at the top here. I have all the rubrics for the semester. That way there's no grading confusion or anything like that. And I guess the last thing I wanted to show you all is my email. So Caleb_Smith@cocalico.org is how you can reach out to me via email. If you have any questions about anything, little, big, medium-sized questions, whatever, feel free to reach out to me. Do not hesitate, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I don't really have anything else to go over at this time, so it was nice meeting you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.